Hello girls, let's continue with the chapter which we have started, that is reproduction in plants. In the previous video you have already seen how asexual reproduction occurs in lower plants, that is binary fission in amoeba, fragmentation in Spirogyra, sporulation in Chlamydomonas and budding in yeast. In this lecture you are going to see how sexual reproduction occurs in higher plants. Higher plants here I mean is reproduction in angiosperms. Now sexual reproduction involves the fusion of two compatible gametes or sex cells. Now before the organism or before the plant reproduces sexually, it completes its maturity as a vegetative phase or juvenile phase. So juvenile phase or vegetative phase is characterized by development of roots, stem and leaves. When this development reaches maturity, the plant enters into reproductive phase. Reproductive phase is characterized by formation of flower. So flowering occurs during reproductive phase. Flower is defined as highly condensed and modified shoot specially designed for sexual reproduction. In the video which I have circulated to you, you have already seen the parts of a flower. A flower consists of a stalk called as pedicel, a base called as thalamus and floral whorls. Floral whorls are classified as accessory whorls and essential whorls. Accessory whorls are those which do not participate in sexual reproduction, while essential whorls are those which are directly involved in sexual reproduction. So essential whorls are male reproductive part called as androecium and female reproductive part called as gynoecium. Both androecium and gynoecium are diploid. Now what is the meaning of diploid or 2N? Is the cells having double set of chromosome. Each and every chromosome is in pair. Androecium and gynoecium are male and female reproductive part respectively. They undergo a process called as meiosis, that is reductional division, and due to which androecium produces pollen grains which is haploid and gynoecium produces ovule with embryo sac which is also haploid. That means the double set of chromosomes are reduced to half, that is haploid set of chromosomes. Pollen grain contains male gamete which is haploid and ovule contains female gamete, that is egg, which is also haploid. After formation of gametes, there is a process called as fertilization. So fertilization leads to fusion of male gamete with the female gamete and it leads to formation of diploid zygote. So every sexual reproduction involves, first step is meiosis and second step is fertilization. Now as these two gametes, male and female gametes, are genetically different, therefore the zygote which is formed receive half of the genetic material from one organism and half of the genetic material from another organism. Therefore the zygote which produces later on new offspring which will be different from the parent. So there is always chances of variations due to sexual reproduction, and variations are very much essential for evolution. Now entire process of sexual reproduction is grouped into three events. One is pre-fertilization event. Pre means before. The events or the processes which occurs before fertilization. That is all formation of gametes. So this entire process will be called as pre-fertilization events. Then fertilization, that is fusion of male gamete with the female gamete leading to formation of zygote. And third is after zygote is formed, post-fertilization, that is the events which occur after fertilization. Post means after. So after fertilization, that means zygote undergoes cell division, mitotic cell division, and it leads to formation of embryo. That process is called as embryogenesis. And that embryo leads to formation of new offspring or new organism. So this is what the entire sexual reproduction is classified into 3 events. In this whole chapter, we are going to see each and every event in detail, which I'll be explaining you in the next lecture.